Hello everyone, welcome back to Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, and the final video of the Ace Attorney trilogy. I can't believe we're here. Like, this is it. This is it for Ace Attorney. We've been at this for over a year, guys. The 3 games are nearly at an end, and we've got to figure out who killed Misty Faye, and I'm starting to think it might be Misty Faye. Because they're not gonna make Maya or Pearl be guilty. There's just no way, you know? But I have a feeling this is gonna be a long one, and I'm gonna give, final thoughts at the end of the video, so let's just jump into it. I hope I see Edgeworth again. I'm sure I will at the end of this. You know what I also just realized is that no old bag in this game. Like, oh my god. This is amazing. I didn't have to see old bag in this game. I thought for sure she was gonna come back because they were showing hints of her before in an earlier case, but no old bag, yes. Anyways.
Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the tests we had performed earlier.
Oh right, I forgot about those. On the blood tests.
Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree.
Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about that. It's been a while. That's the weapon that Maya Faye used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood or?
Due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing that we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Whose blood was it then?
That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial so I can get to Mahjong.
It's the final time we're gonna say that, Judge. So it wasn't Misty Faye's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it? Okay, the blood doesn't match the victim's.
I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution knows this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close, as is this series and my wacky court. Oh. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims.
I understand, Your Honor.
From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking, so let's finish this quickly.
Agreed. I have a feeling it won't be quick, though. I just do.
Very well. Please bring in the last witness.
Hi, Maya. It's been a while.
Witness, please tell us your name and profession.
Maya Faye. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright and Co-law offices.
Maya. So that's your official title.
According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of current channeling technique.
I'm frightened. The Fae Clan, I don't want any more to do with it.
Aw. Oh, Maya. The pain the Fae bloodline causes must be unbearable. That's right. She was feeling, not super confident about it to begin with.
Very well. Now then, Miss Faye. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the Inner Temple, and you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise D's murder. Is this correct?
I didn't see anything.
Straighten up this instant, young lady.
Huh?
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
But
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen?
God was being forceful, but I think this is also him being nice. I think.
Witness, if you please.
yes, Your Honor.
The Inner Temple.
I was passing through the garden on the way to the spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been the staff.
Maya, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Maya, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Huh. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone.
It seems that it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there. Have I ever had to cross-examine Maya before? Maybe I did when she was on trial. I don't know. I can't remember. She doesn't look well at all. She's very sad. Okay, someone struck me over the head. She doesn't remember that. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me." Have you ever pressed on this just because you say, "I think"? Like, this is something you're not super confident on. You think you screamed, but you're not sure.
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man? A woman? An adult? A child? I had no idea. I was scared of my wits.
Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
Thanks for the support, Judge.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that was my last hope.
Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Why did she scream? Wait, my last hope? Yeah, what do you mean by that? Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff?
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's not what you said. You said, my last hope.
What? I said what?
Oh, how I missed you, Maya. Look, you were facing an attacker you couldn't see, and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me."
Yeah.
But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens?
Maya's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming for help. Ah!
What is it now?
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh?
Goodness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying?
Who else would have been there, though?
Behind the attacker, there was another person.
I am. Well, I want to keep that part a secret.
Why?
What have I done?
Huh. Takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say.
Ton of pressure.
You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber.
Witness, the information you just presented is vital to this case. I want you to add it to your testimony.
I can see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern.
I could see a man. What? I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern. Wait, was the stone lantern lit? A lantern from the inner temple was not lit the night of the crime. So there was a man standing behind your attacker. How was there a man there?
Yeah.
Couldn't have been Larry. It wasn't me, Phoenix Wright. That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise D. Otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother.
The killer.
Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony.
Huh? What do you mean? What problem?
Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
Huh? What?
It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night.
No.
Order in the court. Mr. Gatto, explain this.
I will with my coffee. Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee, sir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. Cup of cafe, latte.
I never know how to say that.
Cafe au lait? Is that even legal?
Mr. Trite, words are the milk and you are the spoon. Your Honor.
I'm a spoon. I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know I'm more like a fork. Stabby. Because I like to kill people when they upset me.
You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that.
Sorry, but that's not going to cut it.
What did you say?
If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in this witness's last bit of testimony.
Nick,
May I? Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. And she quite clearly described him as a man.
ah,
In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker.
no!
Who the heck? What? Order. What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Fay was the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Trite, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene.
There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Gatto. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now you're trying to cover for him.
Cover? The man that killed her mother.
There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is.
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you.
Huh. You talk a good game, Trite, but let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't. Please, stop.
Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court, and I'm here to find the truth.
All right, Mr. Wright, it's time to show us what you've got.
You make me pick?
Who's this person that you say Miss Fay saw in the darkness?
Well, it's not Larry. There's no other men there other than Phoenix. He's being very defensive. You could see him in the dark because of his mask. Who else could she have seen in the dark? No one. That's the only man it could be. Gatto? How was Gatto there? I could see him wanting to protect Maya because it's Mia's sister. It can't be Gumshoe. It can't be Edgeworth. It can't be Larry. Why was it Gatto? What is going on? Because it was pitch black, Ms. Fay was able to recognize the killer instantly. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes?
What? But how do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. Yep, you can see his mask in the dark.
What? But it can't be.
Huh.
Gatto, you're a little creepy in the dark. You're very creepy in the dark, actually.
That was a nice bit of deduction, Trite.
Well, everyone. Gatto, you knew the whole time. You knew what went down the whole time. This is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder.
Order. Prosecutor Gatto, what is the meaning of this?
I'm gonna play cool with my coffee.
Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Huh. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
Got a question? Ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
Gatto, what? How were you there? What on earth? Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights?
Well, witness, answer the question.
You're wrong. I never saw that.
Maya,
I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason.
what?
Witness, Mr. Wright, what the...
Stop your chattering, Your Honor.
Shattering? This is my courtroom and the final case of the trilogy. What do you mean? I can talk all I want.
If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
All right. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but... When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up too. Since the person did all the work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No need to apologize. As Mr. Gatto said, you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Gatto, I never would have expected Gatto. Man. Okay, Torches were lit and the body was gone. Tell me about this. The torches were lit?
Yes, that's how I noticed that the whole scene had changed.
I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be?
The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be the only person that was at the inner temple, Maya. He's trying to protect her? I'm so confused. So she wouldn't get accused? I don't...
Very well, let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene.
All the snow... I can't figure out why he would have done that. So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow. It did really look odd. The snow was removed in an unnatural-looking rectangular shape around the lantern.
There's a lot of shells around the inner temple. They're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use.
An odd fellow indeed, this killer.
Hey, take offense to that.
Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away?
If there was blood on it? Well, there's one thing I can think of. Didn't you say that a lot of the victims' blood sprayed onto the snow?
Yeah. The area collapsed and ended up being splattered.
In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation.
Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. The killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it. There's no need to remove that amount.
That's true. Well, maybe he wanted it to look like the thing was lit, and that's why there was no snow there. He could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood.
It looks like there are some mysteries behind this issue.
Maybe I'll help explain them.
Since the person did all the work alone, I just assumed it was a man. What else do I press on? Torches were lit. By the time I got back, the place had totally changed. And is there anything else that changed? Maybe? Naturally, the killer must have done it, right?
Yes, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide.
The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something.
You did?
Yes. I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence for me. For my sake.
Okay, was it to protect you so that you wouldn't be accused? So you didn't know that I was your mother? I don't know.
What? Hiding it for you?
I figured that I was the only one in the inner temple at night. Is Sister Bikini gonna come back and look at the garden?
She may have thought that you had done it.
No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. I think it's for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence of what had happened.
Well... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, Gato. I have to present this because he didn't clean up the fact that it says Maya, but he can't see it. He can't see red. He couldn't see the ketchup stain. What was the other thing that was red that he couldn't see? Was it blood on the knife or something? He can't see red. Oh my god. The body of Elise D was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspected was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Or was it? I'm trying to remember. He couldn't see another blood. Could he not see the blood on this stone thing? Was that what it was? I thought maybe it was the blood on the knife, but now I'm like, no, wait. It might have been this stone lantern that he couldn't see. I can't remember. But we might have already confirmed that he didn't see that it says Maya.
Oh, and what would that be?
You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Gatto. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya.
Ah!
If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern?
Ah, you're right. Order, order, order. But Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene?
Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow. Then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. Still keeping your cool there, Gatto.
But if that's the case, do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior?
Yes, I do. Your mask.
Why would this killer move that body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern?
I don't know what the killer's plan was, but it's a fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why did the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern?
The killer didn't notice it. Prosecutor Gatto, earlier in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought.
The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it.
But that doesn't make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that.
Well, he's not a normal person. You're right. There is no way any normal person would.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? Is there a weirdo that did this?
There's only one person involved in this incident. Who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether?
And who would that be? Who is this person that could have failed to notice the bloody writing? Even I saw it. I'm the judge.
Gatto again? I never would have guessed this. I cannot... Wow. Never in a million of years would I have guessed that it was Gatto. Mr. Gatto. This is what you said yesterday.
My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, and I still can't see everything.
You can't see everything. Is that correct, Mr. Gatto?
This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented.
This lantern.
Okay, yep, it was the lantern that he couldn't see. I don't know why I thought it was the bloody knife, but no, it was this.
There's something written on it. Why? It's written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle.
Mr. Gatto, just admit it. There are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't read my red text. You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right. We went through this once before, during the poisoning case at Tribulations.
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time, and somehow spilled coffee on it.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Gatto. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain.
You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup, because it was red.
Ha! It's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them?
So then, Mr. Gatto, are you admitting it? Are you admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern?
Hey, Gramps. Didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea.
I wasn't sure about it until now, but I just can't believe it. Prosecutor Gatto is the murderer. I never would have guessed that, ever. But there's no going back now. I finally figured out the truth. Mr. Gatto, the defense at this time formally accuses you. You were the murderer of Ms. Elise D., also known as Misty Faye.
It's hard to believe this may be true. However, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you.
Ha! Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps. Come on. How does a little graffiti make me into the killer? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written there.
I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red.
This is rich. Do go on, Trite.
The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow.
Snow? How so?
Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. Right, he didn't know which snow had blood on it. If he wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not just take that area?
Yes, why didn't he just take that area? Ah, could it be?
Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that seeped into the snow. And so, he had to remove all of the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area.
Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was so dark?
Not a chance. The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine.
It seems that once again, this trial has taken a wacky and unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Gatto?
Maya? Yep.
Wait just a minute.
Maya.
What is it, witness?
Mr. Gatto isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Apparently he did.
Maya. You can't testify to something like that.
Why? What do you mean? I mean, I'll look it, but I'm... Eek!
After the murder happened, you didn't even exist.
She didn't. I'm afraid I don't follow.
Channeling.
Are you senile, old man? We established this just a little while ago. Before your slide break. After the murder, the witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, that's right.
Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me.
Maya. Do you plan to cover for Gato no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her.
Huh. Nicely done, Wright.
Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened at the inner temple after the murder.
Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling, and my spirit left me, as it were. The little Pearly was there at the inner temple, too.
After the incident,
Pearly was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around, but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Gato arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearly first, and cheered her right up.
how would you know that? Pearl also didn't mention that.
Who was this Burley?
That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye.
So when did you hear about this?
Just a while ago, when I was in the medical office.
I'm terribly sorry, but what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony.
What? Come on. Pearly never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be.
Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath.
Huh. The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness.
Mr. Gatto.
Let's just move to the cross-examination, if the defense has no objections.
This is highly unusual, but, well, Mr. Wright, this is my wacky court.
Let's get this cross-examination started. Tell me more about Pearl getting all cheered up. Yes. You cheered her up?
That's what Pearly said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Gatto.
And here I was thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict.
That's just my main personality trait. I do other things, like murder. Cut it out, making me blush.
This guy's really beginning to get on my nerves in more ways than one.
The truth is, there aren't that many places to look on the inner temple side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden with fine-tooth combs. So I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way, Gatto style.
I'm the same way. I like to hand down verdicts in my own way, judge style.
Maybe I should ask some questions, Phoenix style. We're all doing it. Forget it. Cheering up Pearls. Gatto's investigation. You said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything?
Looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, Wright. After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern.
Well, I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles.
The only thing that I discovered was the beauty of in the training hall.
Beauty?
Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes.
Western tastes? Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy?
So from there, you headed for the prep room.
Wait a sec. What did Gatto just say just now? I think I just found his proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was Gatto when the murder was taking place? He must have already been at the inner temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Elise D. Okay. What do I present on? Because there was gravy all over the picture, so there's only one way he could have known what she looked like. Maybe that's when Mr. Gatto arrived. And then we present the gravy picture. Mr. Gatto, the first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went into the inner temple was long before the murder took place.
Why do you say that?
Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall.
Hanging scroll.
But Mr. Gatto was right. That scroll shows a picture of my mother.
Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this.
What's that wonderfully delicious smell that I can smell through this picture?
The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy.
Gravy? But why gravy, Nick?
Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Gatto, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have had any way of knowing that it was Misty Fey.
Wait a minute, Nick.
Yes?
Take another look at the hanging scroll. Look at the top. There's a crest there.
It's the mark of the master, correct?
Exactly. So if you know the meaning of the mark,
You could guess that it was a picture of Misty Fey on there.
True, but Mr. Gatto described what was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes.
oh,
Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Gatto, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the inner temple long before the crime took place. He knew it was gonna happen. Did he somehow see the letter? Because there was evidence that the letter that Pearl got was like looked at before she took it.
Can I ask you just one little thing, Trite?
What is it?
This whole story of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed.
that's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak out to the crime scene.
Of course, Mr. Gatto knew about the plan.
Huh?
What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew of the plan?
Yeah, because of the... Where's the letter? Oh, hey, over here. That's why. This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fey authored the plan for her daughter's future, and these instructions were hidden somewhere in the Fey Manor for a year. However, by the time little Pearls found these instructions, they had already been unsealed.
Unsealed?
Yes, the killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the Inner Temple.
And you still insist this crafty killer was me?
You bet I do.
But you just said that the instructions were hidden.
That's right. Mr. Gatto, how did you know where the instructions were hidden?
If you really wanted to know, you had one great chance to find out.
Yes, and when was that?
During a visit,
A visit?
Morgan Fey told her daughter, Pearl, about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. Oh. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden.
Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center? How very unethical of you, Gatto.
Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Gatto.
Order, order, order. Mr. Gatto, you're under fire again.
This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you. You were the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder. He is taking this very, like, chill. He is not freaking out.
Humans are afraid of the dark, and yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness that is coffee.
Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean?
It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all of that just to protect this witness.
That's right.
If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this?
Mia. Because of Mia.
This girl's nothing but a stranger to me. No. I've got no reason to go through that kind of trouble to protect her.
Yes, you do.
I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress.
The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering that the killer wanted to protect this witness's life, his behavior is still a little too unnatural.
However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Gatto? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs.
I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick?
Yep. Maya, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Gatto. For the same reason, huh? It's kind of like an uncle to her, I bet. Well, did they even meet? Either way, to him that's probably like his niece, whether he knew her or not.
Okay, Trite, I'm all ears. Let's hear it.
It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you.
What's this?
There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person that ties you and Maya Fey together inextricably, and it's Mia. There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister.
Mia Fey.
You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney.
Wait a second here. Mr. Gatto is a defense attorney.
With your honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Gatto. His real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? Hey, don't shake your head no. That is correct.
Last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago.
Diego Armando. That name rings a bell.
It should, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Fallis killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. In the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Fallis killed himself. Mia, you can't cry yet.
And he breaks his cup.
The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in her clients. That pure sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We'd met in the courthouse cafeteria.
Ah, I just remembered. 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned.
Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee.
Some newspapers at the time called it a murder. Very little information about the case was released to the press.
But you weren't dead at all.
No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma.
I see.
My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all of my hair turned white due to the damage it caused.
It's terrible.
Apparently, it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poison brew. Then one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee.
Is that why you like coffee so much?
5 years. We're asleep for 5 years.
And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I'd already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered, and the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death.
Woman you loathed.
The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee, Dahlia Hawthorne. Ha! Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up.
That's so sad.
For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor.
If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live?
The first was you, Wright.
Huh? Me?
If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It was all your fault.
I just became a defense attorney, okay? She kept me out of the loop. It wasn't like that.
I wanted to see for myself what kind of a man you really were.
So that's why you became a prosecutor.
My other reason for living, she goes by the name of Maya Fey.
Aw. Also, all these prosecutors are just like, part of their motivation, Edgeworth, Francisca, Gatto, is just like, Phoenix Wright.
Huh? You mean me?
You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Korean village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something.
I mean, did you see the way she evilly said things in the dark with a black background at the end of that chapter? I did.
Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in a perfect position to do something about her.
That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center.
I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep the girl from being caught up in it.
That makes sense. If Pearls had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out.
Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both my accomplices,
Accomplices?
Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey.
Oh, I see.
But how did you contact my mother? She'd been missing for almost 20 years.
Officially, yes.
What? What do you mean, officially?
You heard about it, haven't you? With strong ties between the main family and the government.
Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of Karain had great authority.
Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police had been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor.
So my mother was cooperating with you?
Don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you.
She was always...
That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff.
A staff? The one with the sword in it?
The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. I met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price.
Mother!
Dang! So much of this was like set up prior. They were all players. Gatto, Misty, Iris.
That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan.
You mean Pearls, don't you?
We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne.
That's probably why Misty immediately kind of was drawn towards Pearls. I don't remember the voice I did for her.
Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight?
Well,
If you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
That's what she was trying to do.
We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up.
she was ready to follow me to the inner temple.
That was the thing we were most afraid of. And that's why Misty Fey had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body.
What? What do you mean?
If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself.
As Master of Karain, Misty Fey's power was supreme.
Can't talk.
So that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Fey wouldn't be able to.
Ah! Ah!
What? Is that true? true.
My role in this plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Fey. That's why I hid myself at the Inner Temple, just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne.
Gato.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to, Trite.
Huh?
There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney. But you're going to have to do the rest yourself.
The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim?
Gato. I feel like he's prepared to be found out, honestly.
There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Fey. And I'm sad to say, you, Mr. Gatto.
Well, Trite, if you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own.
No, Nick, please don't.
Maya.
I heard the whole thing. From my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Gatto. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. And me too.
Maya, I know that.
Nick,
But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify.
He's right, Miss Fey. Your testimony, please.
This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. You know how good I am. I want to hear the truth from your own lips.
I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick.
All right, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder?
Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck my back at the enemy behind her.
Oh, she struck back at the enemy behind her back.
Suddenly the red lights went out, and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost my consciousness.
These red lights. I thought you said that you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden.
Huh. Things break, Trite, even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Fey? It looks like you still can't prove it.
Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me.
Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness and this trilogy.
Was it the scream? Like, what was the scream about? There's a horrible scream. What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out?
Yes, that's right.
The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
Oh?
But what?
Gato screamed?
So then that scream came from the killer.
It's gotta be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
And then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh?
After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well, Mr. Wright, it seems to make sense to me.
It sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder. Oh, I'm sorry to say this. That interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. Did I just- oh, thank God. Dude, I looked over to make sure my audio was still recording and hit the A button, thinking I was advancing the dialogue. No, I was apparently saying that there's a contradiction. Which is probably what I would have picked anyway. Because that they're, you know, but thank God it wasn't the reverse. Oh, okay, I need to stop looking away from my screen. I need to look away from my screen to make sure that my audio is still going, but geez.
That makes sense.
I got so lucky there.
After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
At least you finally admitted it, Judge.
I'm always wrong.
Remember the testimony she just gave before the killer let out a scream? Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim. The knife!
Is that right?
The knife that doesn't have the victim's blood on it. She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff.
If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Wright.
There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as the weapon here.
Natalia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff. What could she have used to strike back at the killer?
Where is it? Dagger. Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree.
Yes, the detective found that this morning and brought it to me.
Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to wound him as well.
Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim.
No, we'd already know that. It's not. Have you forgotten that the blood was already tested? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body.
So you're saying the blood on the dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Gatto, it would prove that it's your blood.
Nice theory, Wright.
Order in the court.
Is this the end? Have I done it? Even he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test.
Huh. Let me ask you something, Wright. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that?
What?
Just think for a second. This dagger was found in the morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom.
Yes, what does that prove?
Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it.
It can't be.
In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Wright. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance.
What?
In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. All right then, witness. Continue your testimony.
Wait a minute.
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation.
What? Maya!
This dagger, you said that it wounded the killer.
That's right.
But, if Mr. Gatto had really been cut with that dagger, his clothes should be bloody, or have a big rip in them, right?
I mean, you could have put on a different outfit. Maya! Maya? Maybe you just changed his clothes. That'd solve the contradiction pretty easily.
What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. We all wear the same outfits. Remember back to the day of the murder. Everyone that was on the inner temple side got trapped there.
That's right. And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the inner temple,
Mr. Gatto was there waiting for them. He never had a chance to change his clothes.
Oh, jeez.
order in the court. What is the
I didn't get to finish reading. Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him.
But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes? Come on, even I know that, Phoenix, right?
Oh, did the judge take smart pills during the last recess?
I love my smart pills.
Well, then maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way he wouldn't get any blood on them.
That's impossible, Wright. You know how cold it gets up there late at night? After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid.
Huh.
So that's all you've got? I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this.
Ugh.
Right now, if Mia Fey were here. If Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already.
Mia, we're here.
So come on, Wright. Can you do it or not?
How about it, Mr. Wright? I want to know too. Can you do it? You've accused Mr. Gatto of being the killer. But can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence?
I've shown a lot of evidence, but whatever. The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is, I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. I can't prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition just as you want it. Just as you want it.
Huh. That's good. Fight it till the bitter end, Wright.
Yeah, pick up the music.
Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty?
Oh god. Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Gatto? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need. I do?
Give me a break. You've got nothing, Wright.
So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach him from a different angle.
All right then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you've got.
There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger.
But we decided it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by a dagger, there should have been a blood stain on his clothing.
There's one place. One place the killer could have hidden his wound.
What, under his mask? What did you say?
Hidden?
That's right, because she said it went dark, so maybe he took the goggles off and then he got stabbed, like, somewhere there. This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there was no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he hid the wound.
It's the end of the line. The final stop, Wright. Let's hear what you've got. Where's this location where you say the killer hid his wound?
So do I just present him because he has a mask?
Ha! I don't know what you're talking about, and frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right, Wright?
Oh! She was there! Gotta, like, no offense, like, I know, like, you know, you were a thing, but, like, Mia always comes to hang out with me, so...
What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him?
Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. Double point! Aw. It's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right. Your mask went flying off your face. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. I was kind of there. Slightly off, as always. Mr. Gatto, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved. Boom! Ag! Dude, you exploded.
Slide in my coffee one last time before I go to jail. Just now, I saw her spirit in you. I never liked you. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison.
He didn't know.
And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die.
He didn't let Mia die. I get you're upset, but you can't blame everything on Phoenix.
But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow her in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought.
Mr. Gatto!
But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, The only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive
Was yourself? You just wanted someone to blame.
was me. Oh, play my sexy theme. It's probably supposed to be sad, but it still sounds too hot.
You, yourself.
I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit.
But you saved Maya.
Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway.
What do you mean?
Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away.
Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother, but I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason?
No, why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my unbroken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous.
Right, because this easily could have been prevented.
Forgive me.
You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya.
Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night in the darkness in the garden, when I saw her silhouette,
Looked pretty cool there, Gato, not gonna lie.
a part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was chasing an illusion, a fantasy. Stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom.
Yeah, a lot of people have that fantasy.
You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off. As a true defender of the people. You pointed in unison. I never did that with her. In that one moment, I understood everything.
Mr. Gato.
I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you are trying to save me.
Oh,
Thanks.
your wound. It's bleeding.
Ha! Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. I can see just fine. These must be my tears.
Tears.
Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando,
You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
And it's all over. Look at Phoenix has still got his like pose going. Ugh. Leaning on my podium. This is a sad moment, but I'm still doing my lean.
This time it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant,
yes, Your Honor.
although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body and the crime scene is a serious offense in itself.
I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very clearly. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright.
Hi. It's me.
I want to apologize to you.
Apologize to me for what?
the case 5 years ago. Of course.
I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover?
Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me.
It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and my sister, you only met twice.
Huh? No. 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 Are you saying it was Iris most of the time? Huh? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
No way. It can't be true. You were dating Iris the whole time, weren't you? I mean, during our whole relationship, we were...
For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
It wasn't Dahlia?
I hope one day you can forgive me. Feeny.
Dang. Dang! You mean...
That's right. I lied to you. For 8 months.
But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance. She couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
Prepared for the worst?
She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you?
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back for me in her place?
But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you.
I think she must have noticed
Noticed what?
my feelings for you.
Ah.
If I'd found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life. Or mine.
Iris.
After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
I have something to say to you, too.
Yes?
You really are the person I always thought you were. Aw. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you.
Thank you.
Aw. Nothing's ever gonna happen with the relationship, I'm sure, but that was cute. Aw.
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. It was depressing as hell. I'll tell you though, right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix Wright?
Aw, he's got a coffee too. Aw, that's cute. Yep, I think you're right.
The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise D. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. On the charge of the murder, I hereby find the defendant not guilty. Release the confetti for the final time. Well, not yet. Apparently I'm not releasing it yet. Court is now adjourned. Release the confetti. Where's the confetti?
Where's the confetti? He needed to release it for one last time.
I didn't have time to release the confetti. I'm late for Mahjong. It's 4:51 p.m. I have to get there, okay?
Can't believe no confetti. Ah! So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended. Was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand.
Of course justice was served.
Hey girl. Mia.
I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant.
But I couldn't save Mr. Armando. The man who cared so deeply for you.
You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible.
You mean, with that verdict?
I think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You are as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me.
Mia.
You've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you.
Mia.
I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, Phoenix.
Always do. I always get into some trouble. Bye. I've handled a lot of cases and seen a lot of things. Along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Hi, Maya.
Nick!
Maya.
I guess it's just like my sis said.
Yep, what did she say?
That night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end.
But
Come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. You know you for everything you've done for us, Nick.
Maya, how? How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. Youch! Oh, hi, Francisca. Thanks for whipping me. Where's Edgeworth? Francisca!
Still as softy as always, Phoenix Wright.
Hello, I'm so happy to see you at the end.
Excellent work, Wright.
I love you.
Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. When did you get back?
Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Francisca have actually been helping me.
Helping you?
If these two hadn't been here on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Wow. But where were you, Nick?
I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head.
Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Francisca.
I don't suppose... Larry! Hi. I don't suppose there's any room for me in this group hug, is there?
Oh, Larry.
What's with the, longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once.
That's not true, right, Nick?
What? You're asking me? Oh, Nick, it's true. I've got a place in this world, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. Hey, that drawing was helpful. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I were gone for good. No. Oh yeah. Those portraits you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Don't look me into this. What? Me?
Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy?
Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say that they lack resemblance.
Do you really mean it? What about you, Frenzy? Did I draw you well too?
My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put in, and that's worth something.
Maya got her to crack. You have a heart in there, Francesca. Certain people can get to ya. So then you'll do it, like you promised? You're going to model for my next picture book, Franzy's Whippity Whip Trip?
Don't get carried away.
Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. Painting of Pearl was pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh?
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around.
Pearls, where could she have gone? Normally, she would have made a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'm gonna look for her. Be right back.
Okay.
Pearly!
Hi.
Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you are wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened.
Yeah,
To be honest, I can't understand it either.
Francisca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well.
I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Knows exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can.
What do you mean by now is exactly the time?
Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. I believe it's for that person that Maya's trying her best not to cry.
Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya? Edgeworth, I think I'm starting to understand too. Ow! Then tell me, Phoenix Wright. Who's Maya Faye being strong for? Pearl? Where is she? There she is. By the way, did Gato... No. His little profile didn't update. Pearl Faye. The poor kid. After all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Faye clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya.
But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Faye's mother was killed. Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable.
And that's exactly why Maya is putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake. Until she can see her smile again. Poor Pearl. Hey, Gumshoe!
Oh, hey! So this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we got quite a bunch here today. Ow! What was that for, sir?
Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seemed to have a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. My salary's just sort of kind of gone down by a teeny weeny bit, but it's all right.
Don't you, like, live in a shack or something? Like, you live in a terrible apartment.
We had a reservation at the first-class French restaurant tonight.
That's right, you said you were gonna do that.
Ah! Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward.
Detective Gumshoe, you said a first-class French restaurant. You don't mean, not Tribulations!
Très bien, where else?
No! I knew it. We're doomed.
Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal.
Maggie? She's gonna be there?
Hey, you crybaby, you're invited too.
Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Oh, Maya, what's wrong?
Nick, what do I do? Pearly, I can't find her anywhere.
Huh?
I'll bet she just went back home. That's all. I thought so too, so I called the village, but no one has heard from her. This has never happened before.
As I figured, she's been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe,
Yeah, what is it, pal?
could you guys go on ahead?
But what about you?
Maya and I will... We'll join you guys once we find pearls.
Nick,
Don't worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't want to miss it for the world.
yeah, but you're the... Ah!
Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead.
Don't keep us waiting, right?
It's just so cute, those two. Like, you two are both so against Phoenix at one point, but now it's like, you two, like, just, like, get him. And you're, like, there on his side. Oh, I love it. Such a cute dynamic. We won't.
Well, where should we look? Where could Pearly have gone?
Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to. Where? Oh, here?
Hasagara Temple.
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon.
This is your bikini.
I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight.
So So she's here? Really is here?
She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her?
Okay. Pearlie's not here.
Maya, the hanging scroll.
Ah. Someone cleaned it off.
It's gotta be Pearl's.
Mystic Maya.
Pearlie! Why did you just leave like that?
Mystic Maya. Mystic Maya. I swear that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother.
And that's why you came here?
It's the least I can do to pray for your happiness.
You don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course, I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how do I say this? I'm still happy.
You don't have to lie just to make me feel better.
No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do.
Mystic Maya.
I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty.
Sister Bikini.
Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Coraine, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya's always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die. Aw. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Yet at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die.
That's the Master's talisman.
The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important. Rather, it was the contents. That's...
A photo?
Ah! Mother!
It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Aw, cute. Oh, they broke it once too. Even when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return. Time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother, too. I learned that from all of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. This is a day to remember. A day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. Like this trilogy. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today.
But I still can't...
Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise.
I know. I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for three for when you come back. Wahahahoho. Hee hee.
Alright. We're gonna have a great feast today, Pearlie. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance.
Okay, Mystic Maya. I like lots and lots of food tonight.
You know, there's one thing I don't get. And probably don't want to, but
What is it, Nick?
reservations for training is fine and all. Why for 3? Why do I have to come?
Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us.
I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Huh?
It'll be great, Nick. We're gonna do the special course naturally.
That's a great idea, after all, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? You would walk on hot coals, right?
Love it, nice big meal right before we come next time, right, Nick?
You know, I was wondering if I can say just one little thing.
Sure, of course you can.
Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it.
I'm getting goosebumps too. Well then, here goes nothing. Objection! Aw, cute. Here we go, the credits. I assume we're gonna talk to everyone like last time. Oh, I can't believe it! I can't believe we're at the end.
I really have to work extra hard now. Master Karain and the office manager of Wright co-law offices. I have to be a good big sister to Pearly and Nick too. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that.
That does happen a lot. Oh, this music. It's like making me sad. I can't believe it. I'm never gonna voice these characters again.
So it's true. Mr. Nick really is Mr. Fire's knight in shining armor. He went through with the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special ultra course here too. I think I'll surprise the two of them by making them a secret reservation.
Please don't. Well, I might voice the characters again if I decide to play the other games at some point, and if they make comebacks in them. And if I play the Edgeworth game, I'm sure a lot of these characters will make comebacks. Oh, your other coat.
Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present, pal.
Are you like a thing?
I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off.
Yes, but somehow you don't seem the same. You don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir.
Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly.
So are you two together now? That happened off screen. Oh, I don't remember your voice.
Mr. Wright, I'm once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the Treasures of Karain exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for almost a year.
Oh, that's right. You didn't know her.
She taught me how to use a whip and said that I must show you what I've learned.
Please don't. Don't whip me. I'm begging you. No lot of heart in this game. I'm kind of shocked she didn't also make a comeback. Like Old Bag. Thank God Old Bag didn't come back.
Desiree and I started a company called Mass to Mass Consulting.
I don't remember her voice. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of all the criminals.
Our motto is, cut it out, please.
Pretty cute, huh?
Well, we also sell plans to criminals as a kind of, I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals.
Sometimes when it auto advances, I panic and I just can't read it. Oh, you. What was your voice?
I wanted to show you my appreciation to Mr. Wright. I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tigre, so I lent him $500,000 as a special thick tea once I mixed with my own hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Win through compromise. He.
See, I told you. I auto advance and my brain just is like panics, so I can't read. Was that her voice? Dude, some of these characters, I just forget their voices. And you. I'm just an old man in the white. A wrinkly, grumpy, clown-nosed waste of flesh. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper. Who do we have left? Iris? We're gonna see Iris? You!
As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Elg. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adamada. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would be aligned perfectly.
Dude, that was like she was like the most irrelevant character in this whole game. I forgot she existed.
My. Poor reporters. Since the murder, we've made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because they provide a nice visual. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Wah-ha-ho-ho-ho.
I don't know. Iris and Gato are probably in jail, so I don't know if we can talk to them. Oh, there she is.
You've turned into such a respectable man, Feeny. It was so sweet you and everyone else came to visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed.
Cute. But I just know that they're never gonna be a thing. I can just tell. Aw. Oh, the objection voice is this guy.
Edgeworth.
Thank you, that's this guy, for Edgeworth. They did not do this in other games. I don't want to talk over their objections. Objection. This was so deep. Yeah, I just feel like Iris and Phoenix, they're just gonna like, I have a feeling Iris is just like never gonna show up again and they're just like not gonna acknowledge it. He threw the cup. Forgot about you and your objection. No.
What's this? I'm back from a long, tiring vacation and no one is here to greet me. I guess while I was gone, my whippersnapper buddy quit and now I've got no one. And what kind of lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? What with all the flashing lights and switches, I feel like some sort of space alien. And now, what am I gonna do with all these macadamia nuts if I bring the edgy poo? I really can't accept these, I'm afraid, or something just hard. Oh, will I ever find it?
Why are you still wearing that? Why did she come back? Why? Screw you, game. Screw you. Why did the old bag come back in the end for no reason? I finally found something I love to do. First, this whippity whip trip is gonna be turn the world right on its head. I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist. Really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Screw you, game. They really brought old bag back. That was for me. They did that. They're like, let's mess with her. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, look at them. Aw, I love that Francesca and Edgeworth are like included now. It's like, they're prosecutors, yeah, but they're like, I don't know, it feels like they're on the same side. Oh, that one's nice too. Oh no, I don't get to hear from Edgeworth one more time. I thought maybe we'd get like one final scene and Edgeworth would be there and he'd talk. No, was that it? Oh no, that's it. That's it, guys. We finished it. Aw, well, that's it. That is the Ace Attorney trilogy. Oh, now I'm like emotional. Guys, that was such a fun adventure. Oh my god. Okay, so thoughts on Trials and Tribulations. Really good, a lot better than the second game. The way they mixed things up in this game was just, it was really well done. I liked this flashbacks where we played as Mia. I love the part where we played as Edgeworth. Mask to Mask case, like that was like so different than normal. The trivia one was a little weird. That one was a little goofy. The last one I really enjoyed a lot too, but I'm trying to think, did I enjoy it more than the case? I did not enjoy it more than the case in the first game, the Edgeworth case, my favorite case. That one's still my favorite. I really liked it, but I might have still liked the last case in the second game more, actually. It's a really good case. I'm not knocking it. Like, it was good. I liked it. I loved playing as Edgeworth. That's like one of my favorite moments in the series now, is that moment. But I might have liked the final two cases in the other games more. And I know I like the one from, well, I guess it wasn't the final case in the first game because we had that bonus one, but you know what I mean. The Edgeworth case in that one. That one's still my favorite. I do think I liked the final case in the last game more than I did this one, but I still love this one. It was so interesting. Gato ended up being a very interesting character. Like, his whole past with Mia and his motivations for protecting Maya and everything. Like, that shocked me. I never in a million years would have guessed that Gato killed Misty. Never. That was not even on my radar. I was thinking Misty did it to herself. The fact that there was someone else there and it was Gato, oh my god, that's crazy. That truly did not expect that. Also in this game, I don't know, I loved the like Phoenix, Edgeworth, Francisca, like that like little trio kind of like their friendship is just so cute and fun. I love the way they interact, especially because Edgeworth and Francisca both had their moments where they were like anti-Phoenix. And now like just see them cooperating. And I mean, Edgeworth is always gonna be a bit of a tsundere, which we love. And Francisca as well. She's like, you can tell she cares, despite the fact that she's always being mean and whipping people. And I just really loved seeing that side of her. I think that added so much to her character. I love that they brought her back. That made me like her a lot more. Because yeah, I mean, I liked her before, but she just didn't get enough screen time in the second game. And I just love what they did with her. Being able to like go and investigate with her and that last case, oh, that was so good. So yeah, overall, really, really enjoyed that game. Do I like it more than the first one? I don't know. They might be tied. I really do love that first game. And this one was really strong, but yeah, it might be tied. That first one is just something special to me, you know? That it being the first one, it's hard for that one to be beat. But yeah, okay, that does it for the Ace Attorney. Okay, hold on. Old Bag. That was so rude of the game to do that. That was the only character they just randomly brought back at the end was Old Bag. Oh my god. Had to make my heart stop. Why was she still wearing the spacesuit? After I'd been like, there's no Old Bag in this game. Anyways, that does it for the Ace Attorney trilogy. I loved it, genuinely. Like, this was so much fun. I love the Ace Attorney series now. I am a fan. I'm so glad I decided to play this on the channel. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. Like I said, I do want to do like a compilation video like I've done for some of my past Let's Plays of like the best moments. It might not be out like next week. I might need some time to work on it because that's going through 3 Let's Plays and trying to dig for like inside jokes that I started in like the beginning and I don't know how they started. How did Judge start going to Mahjong? When was the first time I called it a wacky court? I don't know. That might take a little bit more time. I don't know, we'll see. But I do want to make it. But yeah, if you guys would like to see me play more Ace Attorney games in the future after a little bit of a break, like a few other games, I'd definitely be interested. Because as I mentioned a few videos back, I am gonna go down to 1 Let's Play now because I don't have a lot of time for like anything outside of work and YouTube, and I could use a little bit of extra time. So from here on out, it's gonna be Raincoat and also Twisted Wonderland. So it's technically 2 Let's Plays. When Twisted Wonderland updates, that'll obviously be going. And then after Raincoat, what am I gonna play? I don't know. Here's the thing, there's a game that I'm leaning towards right now that has kind of been dubbed like the best visual novel ever. That's what I'm leaning towards, but I still want to hear your guys' suggestion. I can be swayed to other things, and even if it's not the thing I play after Raincoat, I may still play it in the future. So yeah, leave suggestions for other games. Let me know if you want me to play more of the mainline Ace Attorney series. Let me know if you want me to play the Edgeworth games, because that, for sure, I am playing the Edgeworth games no matter what. I love Edgeworth. He's my favorite character in this series, as you know. I love him so much. I think he's an amazing character. I love Edgeworth. I really, really do. I loved all these characters, like Phoenix, obviously Edgeworth. I loved Maya so much. Like, she was my second favorite. I adored her. But Phoenix and Pearl and Gumshoe and just all of them. They're just great. I feel like I've been so rambly. But like, I don't know what else to say. Like, how do you summarize 3 games, like that trilogy? Like, you know, other than me saying like, it was fun. I love doing this dumb voices for all the characters and making them say stupid stuff and figuring out these cases and oftentimes getting the right answer for the wrong reason. It was a good time, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is an end of an era, truly, and I will be sad to see it go. Well, okay, I guess I should stop rambling. I know me editing is gonna be like, okay, shut up, Morgan. I have to edit out all of the pauses you take in between words because you're a thinker and you think before you speak. It's getting really annoying to edit. I know, future me, I know. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and the entire Ace Attorney trilogy. Let me know what you'd like to see me play in the future, and I will see you in other videos. Bye!